are knocking at us. Our creditors are knocking at us. What are we supposed to do to them? We are supposed to pay any outstandings. How do we pay it? So that budget deficit, how do you address it? How do you tell us we should go into it? We are going to appoint the next cabinet. What are you telling the next finance minister to do? And that is simply what this budget is about. But it's like they cannot find their feet on the ground. And that is exactly what we have told Ghanaians, that these people are clueless about the economy. They don't have any clue as to how to manage the economy. And that is why they've plunged this country into so much debt, into so much unstable and high inflationary rates. Look at our FX rate.
You mean the CD to dollar, dollar to pound, dollar to CD to pound, CD
just
to
about
euro.
2 weeks ago. Quickly look at the dollar dropping from 17 to about 14.29.
Right.
Do you understand the cosmetics around it?
No, I don't.
We are in December. All importers at this crucial point have imported or have placed their demands or their requests already.
Right.
It tells you that currently there's not so much pressure on the dollar.
Right.
That is people importing things into the country.
Demand for the dollar,
yes.
so there's no pressure on the city.
There's no pressure. Because if I am an importer, by now, anything I'm importing into the country for Christmas
would have been paid
for or would have been ordered. So I don't need to be, even if I'm left with anything to pay, that will be after the goods are in or after Christmas. So when we are in power next year after 7 January, you will see this dollar shoot up because the cosmetics around it is gone. The makeup and everything is gone. Then the reality will now dawn on Ghanaians. So the same people will turn and say that we said we want to manage the economy. See the FX rate.
But the finance minister said he's handed over a resilient economy to you.
Why isn't able to present a budget? Why? It's not by mouth. You don't come sit and then say, I've handed something that is resilient. Show us. Show Ghanaians exactly what you're handing over. And that alone is also difficult for you to handle. It tells you what we are talking about. We have been speaking about how reckless they've handled this economy over 8 years now. Almost 8 years.
It is not 8 years.
Yes. We've been talking about this. And exactly what have we seen? Now power has left them. And they are finding it difficult to put piece and pieces together to come and present to Ghanaians that this is the state of our economy. And we are going to give it the true state of the economy when we come into power after 7 December.
For your people at True East, what do these figures mean to them?
You see, anytime I have the opportunity to talk to them, I'm able to cascade all this into real-term values in life. When we say economy, it is about the purchasing power you have. That is the economy. In fact, it is about how you go into the market and what you bought some 3 days ago, a week ago, some days ago, and how much you are paying for currently. That is the economy. So some time ago, you were buying food stuff, say 100 cedis. The same quantity, the same volume. You go into the market today, you are buying it at 200 cedis. It tells you you've lost value for your money. And that is the inflation we are talking about. So for my mom who is in the house and doesn't know anything about economics, he understands that there's hard times. You go into the market and your money is not able to purchase the same thing you were able to purchase some time ago. And that's why we are telling them that the economy has been mismanaged. And therefore, when you walk into the market, whatever you are buying, the prices are high. We are in Christmas. Christmas is expectedly prices of some foodstuffs should be able to come down for us.
Okay.
But unfortunately, prices are on the high. About 2 weeks ago, there's a yellow jerry can for oil.
That's right.
What's about
4 gallon?
The 4 gallon. What's about 980 cedis? As I speak to you, it's 1,200.
I see.
1,200. So it is clear. It is visible that the economy, the handlers of our economy, haven't done a good job for Ghanaians.
Hold on for me. That's Emmanuel Boam in the studio. He's the freshly minted parliamentarian for Pru East. That's Dr. Kwabena Donko's constituency. His constituency has no contention, but there are 9 constituencies that are in contention presently as we speak. Nelson Roxon Eche Dafiamakpo is joining us. He's a parliamentarian for the people of South Dai, and also a member of the Parliamentary and Legal Affairs Committee. He's also been one of the key persons that the NDC has put out there. You know, I call him the walking CI. And he's been advocating for his party and literally facing off with the Electoral Commission. Eche, welcome. Good morning. How are you?
Well, thank you very much. I'm well. I'm tired, but I'm well.
Now, this Christmas is coming. Next week is Christmas. Somebody asked me to ask you that, why is the NDC and the EC not making us feel that Christmas is coming so that we can enjoy peacefully?
Johnny.
Yes, sir.
The EC is a constitutional construct.
3FM.
It's set up pursuant to the Constitution. The Constitution in Article 5152 mandates the EC to promulgate regulations to govern its activities. So, pursuant to those 2 provisions, CIs have been enacted for their work from CI 75, CI 74, CI 91, CI 126, CI 127. Now, CI 127 is the regulation, constitutional instrument regulations that governs public elections, as well as PNDC law 284, 1992, I believe so. Now, the EC cannot do things according to its whims and caprices. Any public election that the EC organizes must be done in pursuance of these laws. Johnny, EC
yes,
officers cannot collect results pursuant to their whims. So that, for instance, where a ballot is deemed to be rejected, an EC officer cannot add those ballots to valid ballots. You understand the point I'm making?
Right.
Because they have the power to reject a ballot that is tainted in the eyes of the law. That is why when you go and vote and you thumbprint, and your thumbprint does not fall within the rectangular space provided against the name of a contestant,
right?
The EC has the power to say that is an invalid ballot.
That's right.
And therefore it is deemed rejected. In the same way, where a pink sheet has clearly been forged, it cannot be accepted by the EC. So when the EC insists that, for instance, results that have been collected and declared, but insists that they have to do what they call recollation, I don't think that it is regular in law. The law does not allow them to do what they are calling recollation. The law only permits
3FM
them to do the declaration and ask parties to go to court pursuant to Article 99,
right,
Clause 1A, thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't insist that you want to do what the law does not permit you to do. That's the position of the NDC. Now they claim that in some of these declared results, some pink sheets were not added. The point is that those pink sheets have been forged. So it is only a court of law that will have to interrogate these matters. Whether a pink sheet has been forged or not, it doesn't lie in the eyes of the EC. After declaration of results, it is a court, properly so-called, that the court is competent jurisdiction, it's supposed to interrogate the matters because evidence will have to be led and recanted, as we say in law. So I don't see where, even though EC has been sued as we speak, we are in court. Our hearing, the application to injunct the EC being heard today.
Right.
Yet EC will hold a press conference and declare that they will proceed whether or not there's a process in court, even though they've been served. There's proof of service. So it is the EC that is creating chaos, that is being lawless, that does not seem to be law abiding, because You and I are subject to the law. So is the EC. So is the conduct of the officials of the EC.
Right.
Indeed, if you read Regulation 45 of CI 127, an EC official who is supposed to conduct his affairs in pursuance of CI 127 and does not do so, that is the penal provision. He can go to jail.
See, now yesterday, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission held a press conference. Did that press conference answer the conundrum that we have now?
At all. In fact, she has rather exacerbated the situation. Because she's supposed to give respect to the court processes that have been served on them. And say that in view of the court processes that have been served on me or on us, we'll have to abide the outcome before we know what to do. She won't say anything like that. She's now asking for a high-level security cover and asking the president to provide such a cover before she can do what she calls collation. Collation is a very simple exercise in the electoral process. After polling station results are declared, you only add. Collation is about adding figures. Why is it that in merely adding figures you want the president to give you security? Because she's engaged in an illegality. It is only when you are engaged in an illegality, clothed ostensibly as a legal act, that is why you'll be asking for heightened police protection. She's provoking the NDC. But we are in court and will abide the outcome of the court today.
Now, for your teaming supporters who have seen some of your party executives go from one coalition center to another, one polling station to another, trying to make sure that the seats that have been declared for you, right, remain yours. How do you calm there? Because now you sound very calm, and I've listened to other, party executives sound very calm. But your base, they don't seem to be cool about being calm.
No, we have advised our base. In fact, but the people you see in these coalition centers are not people who move from one place to the other. It is the people who have voted, whose mandate is about to be stolen, who are resisting the stealing of their mandate. So the crowd that you see in the respective polling stations are the constituents who have given their mandate to largely NDC PCs. Let me ask you, how does the EC move? Fantiakwa North was declared for the NDC. Yet the EC moved the what they call recoalition from Fantiakwa in the eastern region to Greater Accra in Tesano and got it declared for the NPP. That one, they say, is regular. See how Damongo was declared, to the extent that the Damongo electoral office, election director's office, has been bent. Yet the EC says it is regular. See how Karaga was declared. Yet the EC says it is regular. Tolong was declared in the midst of chaos. Yet the EC says it is regular. Savelugu was declared in the midst of chaos. Yet the EC says it is regular. I will send a video from Tema Central. The collation was largely peaceful. The declaration was joyous. Yet the EC says the Metro director claims that he was forced to declare the results under duress. Who determines whether or not a thing was done under duress? Only a court of law. You understand? So it appears that all the seats that were originally declared for the NDC, the EC wants to redeclare them. And all the seats that were declared for the NPP in similar chaotic situations, the EC says they are regular.
So are you suggesting that the EC is arrogating onto itself powers that it does not have?
The EC is not merely arrogating to itself powers it does not have. The EC has become a participant in the process. Otherwise, why would the EC not therefore say that, okay, so the declarations from Savelugu, Tolong, Karaga, and Damongo should also be recollated? And how come that Fantiakwa North declared initially for NDC, redeclared for the NPP at Tesano is valid? How many times do you declare results?
Now, these 9 would be parliamentarians who have been declared winners at the various constituencies. How are you holding them together so that the pressure doesn't get to them?
Yeah, we are comforting them. They are aware that we are doing everything possible within the law to make sure that their mandates are intact. As we speak, they are in court. We are in general jurisdiction 13 at the new court complex for moving the application before the court. So we'll see how that happens.
And before I let you go, if the EC comes extending an olive branch, would the NDC take it?
We don't trust the EC as we speak. We don't trust them. Because you see, in 2020, when the NDC petitioned for recollation of the Chiman South, she responded on 31st December 2020 and said that after declaration, there's nothing like recollation. If you agree, we go to court. And yet today, she seeks to recollect results after they have been declared. And in as many constituencies as 9, all these seats were declared for the NDC. So if this is not a biased, partisan approach to dealing with the matter, I don't know what else it is. And she has so far refused to comment on her own letter that she wrote to us in 2020. We've been asking her what has changed. She's refused to speak to the terms of the letter that she wrote to us, which compelled us to go to court. That court matter traveled for nearly 3 years.
I'll let you go, but again, the finance minister, do you have any indication that he will be in parliament today with a much needed transitional budget?
That's appropriation in anticipation of expenditure in the new year, from January to March.
Right.
Since Monday, this has been on our order paper, and yet they are not minded to deal with it. Yesterday, we were assured that today he will come. Already, the president has released the estimates for the judiciary, for the audit service, and as well as for the parliament and parliamentary service. Those ones have come from the presidency. What is outstanding is the generality of the estimates for the rest of the country. We hope that he can do that today. I'm already in parliament.
Right. And any sign of him?
No. We have just moved into a transitional subcommittee meeting.
Right.
So, but when I was leaving Parliament, it's also very close to Parliament.
That's right.
No sign yet. Speaker has also arrived, but I haven't seen the finance minister yet.
I see. If he is not able to present this budget, what happens?
Because you see, people should know that the government itself will incur expenditure between January 1 and January 6 midnight.
Right.
And they will need this to be able to do that because the current budget dies at the midnight 31st December 2024. So they will do this. Trust me, they will do it. It's a constitutional imperative. They will do it. The problem is that they are deliberately creating this anxiety to send fear and panic. But people will surely be paid in January. So they shouldn't worry. Even if they don't do it, the new administration has power to do it on the morning of 7th January when we are sworn in and the president takes office. This is something that can be done in a matter of hours on the floor of Parliament. It's not anything difficult. There are precedents. But they will be setting a very bad example if they continue in the present state of affairs and don't do this before they leave office. But then how would they incur expenditure between January 1st and January 6th? So I am sure that they will do it.
Roxy.
Even if it means Parliament being recalled between the Christmas break and the New Year's break to come and do it, we'll do that. But it's the deliberate delay, the inordinate delay in dealing with this thing. That is what's creating anxiety. But I can assure you that it will be done before 31st December.
I thank you very much for your time. Roxin Nelson Echedapiamapo, he's a lawyer, he's a parliamentarian on behalf of the people of South Dai, and he joined us here on 3FM 92.7. It's 29 minutes after 9. I still have Emmanuel Boam here, and we're doing a salad of issues. So, road infrastructure, I'm sure your people
let me quickly,
you want to have a bite on this one too?
Yes.
I thought you had a bite already.
No, you see, what Jane Mensah is doing, I just don't get the whole thing. I don't get it. When it is about the NDC, go to court. If it's about the MPP, we can recall it. Which CI, under her own supervision,
92.7
signed it off and said there's a room for recollation. Where? And just like my senior said, this is more like some level of impunity. You look at the faces of Ghanaians and then you come and talk. All that you said yesterday in your press, when you knew the party had even served an order on you that we cannot do any recollation. You never spoke to the press on that. Yet you want the state to sponsor you to Kumasi to go and declare, recollate and declare what? In whose favor? Why are the areas that favors the MPP all left out? Like Damango. Why have we left those areas out? Why? Fantiakwa. Why?
Fantiakwa North.
Yeah, Fantiakwa North. So what we are trying to tell her is that it's been about 12 days after the elections. And Ghana is peaceful. Please, just like you said, let us go into the euphoria, the Christmas fever. Let's have a bite of it. That to create unnecessary tension in the country.
Road infrastructure, Pro East. What does it look like?
Very bad.
Very bad?
Yes.
Then your party is to blame for it. You have enjoyed the seat for a long time.
Yes, when you say road infrastructure in the constituency, yes, it hasn't been tarred. We have roads that
it's been cut out, but it's not been tarred. Okay.
And all these cut out and other things were done between 2012 2016. And right after that, when the MPP took over, they haven't added a single kilometer to that. And you know, the nature of our roads, the feeder roads within the community, after you cut it out, you need to put some level of gravel on it, so that when it rains, the place is quite muddy. It can still aid transportation. As I speak to you, we have some 3 major routes that, should it rain today, those communities are cut off from the district
capital. Which are these roads?
These are between Kobri and Nchamba. Kobri and Bomodin. Nchamba and Labonkotes.
Okay.
And then Kajai, Yeji, Konkoma Road. All these areas, when it rains, its motorability is very, very difficult. But we have assured the people of Ghana and the people of Pro East that road infrastructure is going to be something we are going to take dearly. At my constituency, fortunately, this drip came in and the parliamentary candidate was preaching that he did that with his personal funds.
The drip machines.
The drip machines. So it's just amazing.
I think some of you politicians say,
That is quite, politics today is not like a decade ago. You get it. The level of information dissemination is quite huge. 3FM, Unia, and your sister station, they are doing a yeoman's job. Everybody seems to be informed, enlightened in a way. So you can't come and throw shades on us and then, in a way, get away. But people got to know the reality. It was my place. His Excellency came and said, the drip machines, we owe. We haven't paid for it. The percentage we've paid, should NDC come to power, we are going to pay about 75% in addition to make up the full cost of it. So that alone has told the people that whatever they are not doing it out of an individual's pocket.
27 minutes to the top of the hour 10. Care for free, fair and elections. That's Care Ghana. They issued a statement yesterday and says Care for free and fair elections Ghana. Care Ghana wishes to express its deep concern over recent reports suggesting an attempt by the Electoral Commission, Chairperson Jean Mensah, to annul the election results of 9 constituencies. We categorically state that such a move is illegal, unconstitutional, and undermines the principles of undemocratic governance in Ghana. Ghana has built its democracy on the foundation of transparency, accountability, and adherence to the rule of law. Any attempt to annul legitimate election results must follow due process as enshrined in the laws governing elections in this country. It is imperative that all stakeholders, especially those entrusted with safeguarding our democracy, act within the confines of the law. And I've just redacted some portions of it, signed by David Kumiado, his Executive Director, Care Ghana. He joins me on the phone line. David, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Johnny. Thank you for having me.
You certainly are not happy with the Electoral Commission, and you think that they are on to go and do something that is dangerous and contradictory. But the Electoral Commission is firm in their minds that they know they are left from their right. Why do you disagree with them?
Thank you, Johnny. We specifically supported the Electoral Commission in 2020 when it made the decision not to do a recollation and re-declaration at Techiman South when Honorable Aaron Idrisu called for the Electoral Commission to do so. And we think that the call by Honorable Idrisu was unlawful and must not be countenanced by the Electoral Commission. We are much surprised the U-turn by the Electoral Commission today, that what happened last time, and you quoted the law, EC-NDC law 284.
That's right.
But it doesn't allow for such thing to happen. And today you are calling for the annulment and recollation and redeclaration of the elections. If the Electoral Commission is reprobating and approbating, and that is unconstitutional, and that must not be allowed to happen, Johnny.
Now, you also are talking, for example, about the fact that if the EC had deemed it expedient to annul 9 declared constituency results and you literally call for a recollation, that's a contradictory stance. The Electoral Commission says that, look, what was collated illegally cannot be accepted by us. What do you say?
Well, I am lost as to what the Electoral Commission is calling illegally, because the legal declaration of results is what happened. See, about 12 individual civil society organizations, including Care for Free and Fair Elections Ghana, we did observation and collation. And we saw exactly what happened at the collation centers and then even at the polling centers as well. So I am lost as to what the Electoral Commission calls an illegal declaration and collation. The law says that it is the returning officer that has the right at the collation center to do that. And that person has done that. So what is the issue of duress and all that the Electoral Commission is talking about? The issue of duress and the examples or whatever Electoral Commission is talking about can be confirmed by providing evidence at a competent court of jurisdiction. So that is where these matters can be settled. The Electoral Commission cannot assume the position of the court that the same commission who is mandated with the powers to conduct elections is the same commission that assumed the position of the court that is determining case for one party without the presence of the other or something. This cannot be countenanced. You see, the Constitution gives us that duty to protect it. And the reason why we authored this statement is to ensure that the Constitution is not violated, because no one is higher than the Constitution, including the Electoral Commission. We have observed many times that when it sues the Electoral Commission, it quotes relevant portions of the Constitution and tells us how independent it is. Now, it is the same Constitution that is telling us that if a declaration is done, the rest of the issues that is left, if you should go to court. So that is where the Electoral Commission must point and direct the people. That is the pathway that has been laid down by the Constitution, not the Electoral Commission.
Now, what does that mean? Because the NDC seems to have taken a position, they are choosing to go to court and not to have anything more to do with the Electoral Commission regarding the decision on these seats, for example. Where does that place the Electoral Commission in the people's minds when it comes to trust and integrity issues?
You see, this even decision by the Electoral Commission is creating more problems for it, because already I've quoted this severally, and allow me to do this again. The Afrobarometer report of CDD, the last one, tells how confidence Ghanaians have, or the level of confidence Ghanaians have in the commission. And it's only 27% of the Ghanaian people who have confidence in the Electoral Commission. So it tells that already, because of the conduct of the Electoral Commission, people do not have trust and confidence in the commission itself, and the conduct or the processes that the Electoral Commission leads. So if today you are approbating and reprobating, just because what you are doing gives an assumption that you have certain specific people you want them in parliament. So if their elections didn't go right, you are not satisfied. Because the issue that the commission is quoting, it is not only these 9 constituencies that it happened. Many other constituencies have similar issues. For example, it has been mentioned on your show, Damango, where even electoral commission offices have been bent. But the electoral commission does not find it necessary to add Damango to the 9 or the 3 that African American led to have their elections results recollated and redeclared at the Tesano Police School. The Electoral Commission doesn't find it necessary to add them to the list that it gave out, but only those ones that she feels that didn't go well for her. So it becomes very problematic. And like you said, when you do this, people think that you have an ulterior motive. You are a vested, interested person in the election. And that doesn't augur well.
David Kumi, I thank you very much indeed for your time. He's the Executive Director of Care Ghana. We're grateful that you could join us. And Ima, let's wrap up this conversation quickly in 1 minute. I know you have to go to for another engagement quickly.
Yeah.
For the people of Pro East, what's your pledge to them?
Pro East, I first want to thank you for the confidence you've reposed in me. And I really appreciate that. And I want to say, we are not going to let you down as a government. And personally, I would do everything possible to make sure the confidence the youth had in me is paid off.
Emmanuel Boam.
Yes.
MP-elect Pro East.
Thank you, Johnny.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And welcome. You'll be in Accra for the best part of your life.
Yes.
I wish you well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take a quick break. When we return from this break, I'm sure I can hand over the microphone to you this morning so you can also tell us what exactly is on your mind. But if you haven't bought your tickets for the 3FM OY party yet, please call 053-11-00927 or 053-22-00927. See you in a bit.
My people, are you ready to party?